7th standard, term 2, history, third lesson, rise of Marathas and Peshwas. During the 16th century, the sultans of Bijapur and Ahmednagar had recruited Marathas to serve in cavalry. Their presence was helpful to the sultans. So, Bijapur Sultan and Ahmednagar Sultan appointed Marathas in their cavalry. Their presence, that is, Marathas' presence, was helpful to the Bijapur Sultan and Ahmednagar Sultan. The rocky and mountainous terrain gave protection to the Marathas from invaders. So the Maratha area was like mountainous area and a rocky area. This gave the protection to the Marathas from the invaders. It proved to be Marathas were well talented in guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare, it means hidden behind the mountains and attacked the enemies. So this is called as guerrilla warfare. This warfare method was famous among with the Marathas. Bhakti movement and the Marathas. The spread of the Bhakti movement in Maharashtra helped the Maratha people develop their identity and oneness. It promoted a feeling of unity, especially in terms of social equality among the Marathas. So, Bhakti movement created among the Marathas like unity and social equality. In the Maratha region, the religious leaders like Eknath, Tukaram, and Ramdas were the noted Bhakti saints. Among the three of them, Tukaram and Ramdas had considerable influence on the life of Shivaji. Literature and language of the Marathas. Marathi language and literature also served to develop unity among the people. Hymns or songs composed in the Marathi language by Bhakti saints were sung by people, all caste and classes. So, Bhakti movement, the Marathi language and literature served to develop among the people. Hymns composed or songs composed in the Marathi language by Bhakti saints. So these were sung by the people of all caste and classes. Now we'll see about Shivaji. Shivaji was a famous person or famous leader among the Marathas. Shivaji, born in 1627, grew up under the care of his mother, Jijabai, who influenced him with stories from the Hindu epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata. So his mother, Jijabai, Shivaji's mother, Jijabai, told stories or narrated stories from them Ramayana and Mahabharata. Shivaji's teacher and guardian was Dadaji Kondev. He trained him in the art of horse riding to Shivaji. So Kondev, Dadaji Kondadev was the teacher and guardian of Shivaji. He trained him in the art of horse riding, warfare, and state of administration. At the age of 18 in 1645, when he had just entered the military career, he successfully captured Kondana, a fort near Pune, and Raikar. So, at the age of 18 in 1645, Shivaji captured Kondana, that is in the port near Pune, and Raikar. So these two places were captured by the Shivaji at the age of 18. Now Shivaji's confrontation with the Sultan of Bijapur. Confrontation, it means Shivaji attacked the Sultan of Bijapur. Shivaji became totally independent after the death of guardian Kondadev in 1649. Shivaji conquered many of the hill places, fort near Pune. He captured Purandar from the Mughals. Shivaji's military raids angered the Sultan of Bijapur. He held Shivaji's father, that is, Bijapur Sultan, put Shivaji's father in the prison. Then he released him only after Shivaji promised to suspend his military raids. Shivaji military raids angered Bijapur Sultan. So Bijapur Sultan put his father in the prison. Then after Shivaji, what he did, he promised to the Bijapur Sultan. That is, he suspended his military raids from the Bijapur. Shivaji kept his word and remained at peace with Bijapur from then on till his father Shivaji's death. During this period, he concentrated up his administration. Shivaji and Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was a Mughal ruler, Shivaji was a Maratha ruler. Aurangzeb wanted to attack Shivaji, so Aurangzeb said Raja Jai Singh, that he was a military commander in Aurangzeb period. So Raja Jai Singh attacked Shivaji and captured Shivaji. Raja Jai Singh made him to put him in the prison. So from the prison, Shivaji wanted to escape with the help of his supporters, Shivaji's supporters. Finally, he led him to escape by hiding in a basket. Then Aurangzeb was determined to stop the Maratha interference in his expedition against the Deccan kingdom. But this was failed. In 1670, the Mughal army was helpless when Shivaji again plundered Surat. In 1674, Shivaji crowned himself by assuming the title of Chhatrapati Shivaji. Chhatrapati Shivaji, it means in the Sanskrit word Chhatrapati, it means king. So finally, Aurangzeb defeated. Shivaji came to the power in 1674 as Chhatrapati. Chhatrapati in the Sanskrit word as meaning as king. So he became the king in 1674 in the Maharashtra. Maratha administration under Shivaji. Shivaji's political system consisted of three circles. At the center was Swaraj. First circle under the three circle, center circle which was known as Swaraj. According to that, Shivaji was caring and would not allow the people to be harassed in any way. In the second circle, according to the second circle, Shivaji claimed feudal lord, but he did not administer them himself. He claimed feudal lord, but the feudal lord should not administer the people. He protected the people from loot and plunder, for which they were required to pay chauth. Chauth, it means like a tax. For this tax, the people had to pay for the getting protection from the government. Then in the third circle, Shivaji's only objective was plunder. Deshmukhs control over between 20 to 100 villages. The people who control 20 to 100 villages, who was called as Deshmukhs, that is Deshmukhs, Deshmukhs, who were called as Deshmukhs, that people used to control the villages like 20 to 100 villages. Each village had a powerful headman. That headman who was called as Patil, Patil. That Patil was assisted by a village accountant to keep this village accountant to keep a records. So this records keeper was called as Kulkarni. Kulkarni, Karni, Kulkarni. So first the was called as Deshmukhs, then second one was Patil, third one was Kulkarni. These people were the administrator of the villages. Now under Maratha's administration, next cadre was army. Shivaji gave utmost attention to his army and training of his personnel. In the beginning, the backbone of his army was the infantry, but as his campaigns extended into the plains, his cavalry grew in size and importance. Every soldier was selected personally by Shivaji. So in the beginning, Shivaji gave importance to the infantry, then cavalry. Then Shivaji took care of the maintenance and security of his forts. Ashtapradhan. Shivaji designated 8 ministers as the Ashtapradhan, each holding an important duties. Peshwa was the equivalent of a modern prime minister in the Maratha Empire. Now present prime minister, which was equivalent to that time, was called as Peshwa. They were subordinate to the Chhatrapati, that is subordinate to the king. Shivaji was influenced by Mughal revenue system. The assessments were made on the actual yield, with 3/5 left to the cultivator and 2/5 taken by the government. In the judicial administration, civil cases continue to be decided by the Panchayat, the village council, which while criminal law was based on the Shastras, that is the Hindu law books. So in the judicial administration in Shivaji's time, they followed the Shastras. That it means they followed the Hindu law books. Shambhuji. Shambhuji was the grandson of Shivaji. Marathas under Shambhuji, that is Shivaji's grandson, period, the Marathas were weak. So Aurangzeb himself arrived in the Deccan in 1681. Aurangzeb's main goal was the annexation of Bijapur and Golconda. The Bijapur and Golconda sultans fell to the Aurangzeb by 1687. In little over a year, Shambhuji was captured by the Mughals and after torture put to death. Then after the Shambhuji, the Peshwas administered the Maharashtra. Like the Peshwas, Balaji Vishwanath, Balaji Bajirao administered the country, that is administer the Maharashtra. Then after that finally Marathas fell down.